Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. And we were pleased to be joined by one of the drivers of the Kulwicki Driver Development Program. Of course, that it is Evan Shotko, back for his second go around at this. Evan, welcome back to the podcast. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you guys for having me.
So kind of just talk about what were you doing when you found out that you're gonna be a finalist again?
Working. That's pretty much all I do is work on
Yeah.
race cars. But pretty exciting. I'm really looking forward to being a finalist again. And I feel like I learned a lot last year, and I know some things that I need to improve on, and hopefully we can win it.
Okay, so let everybody know what you do. You kind of you're 19 years old. You just graduated high school last year, a few years ago, but you actually have your own business.
Yeah, I own a business, Shotko Motorsports. We work on race cars, set them up, sell parts, build shocks. We house cars here. We pretty much do everything except build the frame itself.
Yeah. So I know you have a lot of clients for a lot of people. So just what's like a typical day for you?
You get up in the morning, you go to the race shop, you
Yeah.
work, 10 hours, and then I work on my own car. So
Yay.
it's a very, very busy lifestyle. We're still, the business is only a year old. So still working like crazy, trying to get that thing, up and rolling. So the first couple of years in business, it's just wide open. You don't get a whole lot of sleep. So
Yeah, for sure. So what does it mean to be a finalist again for this program?
It means a lot to me. Like I said, I learned a lot of things last year. And representing Alan Kulwicki is really cool. I feel I relate to him very, very much. I feel like if he was still around, we'd be friends, So, it's pretty cool being able to represent him.
Yeah. So you have been obviously we know you around here because obviously from being from the state of Michigan myself, of course that's where you're from as well. Um, of course, going to Berlin Raceway and dominating that place, being track champion, all that. What was that like? What was last year like for you? Just racing and getting all the accolades that you got.
It was very cool, especially because, I grew up at Berlin Raceway. So a lot of the guys I'm racing against, I've been watching since I was, 5 years old. So to be able to go beat them was really cool. And then win the Battle of Berlin and the Jennerstown Motor Mountain Masters, all in the same week, was really just a dream come true. It's a once in a lifetime season.
Yeah, I went up. You know what? I did go up to Berlin Raceway last year for the like my first ever time, and wow, it is. I know Jeff Striegel of the Motor Racing Network is the GM of that place, and just the things that are going on, that the things that they're doing there. Of course, this is you're back racing this week, and it's also the opening week of Berlin Raceway. And if you caught the episode where Jeff came on later in the year to announce that the SRX race is coming to Berlin later this summer, there's been a lot of changes to that place. It's going to look a little different.
Yeah, absolutely. They're constantly making improvements, and it's a first class facility. It's
Yeah,
a beautiful racetrack.
absolutely. So as I just said, you are racing this weekend at Berlin. How special is it to go back there this weekend and to kick off the 2023 season at Berlin?
It's very exciting. We had an awesome season there last year, so I'm hoping to go win the opening night and show everybody it wasn't a fluke. We have a really good race car. We tested last week. I was very, very happy with it. So I'm looking forward to it. I think we have a really good chance of winning it.
Yeah. And of course, you can see Evan's race on Flow Racing this weekend. The fun starts at 4 p.m. on Saturday, so should be a fun one there. But outside of everything, what are your plans for this year? Just you know, including like charitable wise. I know you did a lot of stuff last year, but what plans do you have for this year?
Yeah, so I'm hoping to work a little more with Lori's voice. And last year we raised money for a kid with like a jogging wheelchair. I'm hoping to do something similar, but maybe bigger. They give vans and stuff away. I'd like to do something bigger like that. So.
Yeah. So what is your plans for this year? I know that you told me your schedule's not quite set yet, but overall, what are your plans for the year?
We're just going to race as much as we can afford. We're hoping to do some more traveling, but those traveling races, they cost a lot of money. So it's just going to depend on how the season's going. If we start the year and we're really good and we're not tearing stuff up, we're going to race more than if we go out opening night and wreck some stuff and have to fix a car. And so it's just kind of, go with the flow.
Let me ask you this: how cool is it to have how cool is it to have SRX come to Berlin, a track that you probably grew up going to as a kid, and then of course racing there now?
Yeah, it'll be pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to watching it.
Oh yeah, big time. All right. Evan, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and congrats once again on being a finalist.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.